Hi everyone, welcome back to Rogue Trader. We're here in the Electro-Dynamic Cenobium, that's what it's called. Oh, that's loud. My headphones anyway. Turn it down. Okay. Time to pick up the Interrogator. There were no wounds on the Heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror, and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. It's the same as that one.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electro-priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse emperor!
Another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sighted you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A force sword and a vox hangs from his belt. The emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Interrogator von Kalox, I presume.
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrix von Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
Idira recoils from the interrogator as if scalded and starts swaying to and fro. A puff of black smoke comes out of the Psyker's mouth and dissipates at once.
A Psyker? Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Heinrix eyes Idira keenly.
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the Rogue Trader's protection!
Idira looks at you pleadingly. Idira's predictions are seldom wrong. I'll be watching you.
And I will be watching you. Now that we have declared our intent, let me ask again, who are you?
Rogue Trader Jellybobs von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
In this conversation, wait for a better time. I'm here on the Lord Inquisitor's orders. To see his acolytes safe, timely arrival, and thoughtful.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
He ruminates silently what you have told him. Then, of satisfaction, and says,
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
Oh, shut up, Cassia.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
Briggs arches an eyebrow and examines the coat of arms and Cassia's clothes.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions.
He glances at the dead body at his feet.
Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the especial efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
Tech Priest's visor flashes and turns bloody scarlet. A soft hum from activated system is heard from under his robe. At Heinrix von Kalloch's speech, you suddenly notice that Vader is looking at you. His eyes slightly narrowed, as if he's peering into your soul. A soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. The change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice. When you see the corner of his mouth twitch, he must have instantly recognized the fellow Psyker. Point to the corpse. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
He has to be here. Who's the weakest of them all? Or gentle at the moment? This burst weapon is not very... hasn't really raised its abilities here. Whereas Cabela, myself, Idira, Cassia can all do really good AoE as well as a single target. Pascal has to be here. So very different from my previous run through, where Magenta was MVP from very early on. These two were excellent all the way through. But she had a sniper build. Okay, so I guess it's time to... where's he from? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll level him up and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, he started off at level 4. So level 5, thick skin. Very similar to Avalar's build because they're both warriors. So, extra deflection. And parry chance increased by 25% of the armor. It's going to be a dodge parry build. So agility. Sworn enemy. Agility. No, athletics, sorry. More agility. Yeah, we've got nimble. Extra dodge. Athletics. Vigorous training. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement and grant 15% dodge for 1 round after use. Daring Breach. Upgrade number 2. 4 MP for each kill, and we use the MP after attacking or using abilities. So extra mobility around the battlefield. Ramming speed again, same as Abelard's. Charge distance by 3 cells. Weapon skill, taunting scream. Dueling mastery, extra bonus to parry. Weapon skill, Lorzinos. Impetus, again, charge damage. Extra 5 cells or more away. or Xenos toughness, because that goes into the impetus damage. Also, with this, it would be extra health and daring breach upgrade 4 plus 2 damage for melee attacks. So that gives him 50 health, which is about the same as most people. Well, Cabela. Excellent. Right. The fighter's body is still warm. He only bled to death a few minutes ago. Improved armored body. What does he have? He doesn't have the buff. That was just because we got that from before. That first force sword, auto pistol, biomass staff. Well, I'll give him that instead. Keep the force sword, and what pistol can I give him? None. Not really. What's this? It's the biomass stuff he just said. He's not a diviner. He's not a pyromancer. Okay. Magenta had the long last, didn't she? Damn it. Oh, the armor, is anything better for him? It's much better dodge. Same reduction. Plus 10. Let's have a look at Tom. 2567. 1595. 2567. Do that instead. 2590. So this is better. His power is 95. That's as high as he can get. Then again, people's
I always have a backup plan.
ability can reduce that.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
The hard, uncomfortable somno meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. Charge the staff. Leather armor. The symbol for the ominous eye is described on the wall, which grew with grooves of electric discharges fanning out from it like a river. Let's have a look at that staff we just picked up. This is power 6, I guess, power 9. This one is power 6. This one is power 6. This was power 6. There are lots of power 6s. Siphon life is meh. This psychic rank doesn't really get any good till halfway through the next level, next class I mean. What's this? So this is power level 6 staff. So this will do 6 times 1 damage and healing 6 wounds. Really, really bad. And if he goes up to Psyker 4, it can be 30 damage. It might get up to 6 or 7 side banking, maybe 8 at a push. It's still only being 40s damage and healing for the same amount. It's not that great. It's force sword. It's near. It does extra damage based on your side banking. Again, not brilliant. That's not good for you. Ranged attacks. Ranged attack. Yeah. Might as well have that. You might as well have that.
Keep your wits about you.
I'm not a fan of Heinrich. I mean, he's okay, but nah. The Archmilitary has been nerfed heavily. Same as the officer and the assassin as well.
This could be an opportunity.
Look at the spot. Oh, something hiding back there. Nothing much.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
My whispers crave entertainment. Not this scryer's job. Anything else?
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Out of my way!
Damn it. First place, didn't I?
Chaos guides me. Death to non-believers!
Nice one. Well, Pascal, you're nicely in the middle. That keeps getting moved. You do that. Everyone gets a free go. Now, Dira, don't blow people up, okay?
Was that you? Or
That's fine.
what? Of course.
He's blinded. Okay, now she has 3 war mines. It's not even her first turn yet. Proper turn. This is just the freebies from Pascal. Like this is as well. What's free? Anything free here? Let's do this then.
For the throne's glory.
Another buff. Kimura, she cannot get anywhere because no movement. She can.
As
Do that.
honor ordains.
Just remind myself what the blood blessed is. Just 2% more damage for each stack. Every 10 wounds, death cultist loses through the entire combat. Each creature affected gets an extra stack. Okay. Cassia can buff.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Sam at the front. It's only going to be hit by that lightning. Right. I'm just going to have to run through it, aren't I? 31, I can't kill him in one go. 14 damage, not bad.
You should have thought twice before crossing me.
So, no. 13. I'll do that now.
On it. Consider this.
I should kill it. It does. Didn't get any extra movement points though, unfortunately. I burned someone. Get staff out first. Like this.
I refuse.
How many stacks do we do? 2. Well,
I'll make
get
it
nice and
happen.
cover at least. Stop blocking this. Now can I? Oh, yeah. I can. Oh, not bad. Is he burning? No, he has blindness. Yeah. No, he's not burning.
Death to the weak!
I did 11 Heinrix. So much for your dodging, eh? Oh, shot at me. I dodged. Oh, you didn't get a dodge chance. Okay. It's Heinrix dodge. It's 105.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Well done. Fuck me.
An offering of blood.
Just got the off rifle. Did you jump over that? You can jump over that. Okay, cool.
I would that I could. No. The shadows will see.
Should we got one more stack of that so keep it? Okay.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Can't see anything. That can book
I
the
am a
valley.
navigator, not a servitor.
And give me a free turn. Not like your movement, so shoot him.
I won't compromise my principles.
Jump to here though.
Who if not me? I've faced worse than this. I'll make it happen.
I should be fine with that.
not accustomed to being ordered
So
around.
she
I
can,
serve the ruinous powers!
when she can move in, she doesn't have to think that damage them yet. That's right.
Chaos guides me!
Dodged. Nice. I've got 95% chance. Okay, then I do. Who did you get to dodge before? With me, wasn't it?
Will do.
Dodge.
Anything
Buff
else?
yourself. Should probably get killed by running through that, especially that path. Do nothing then.
Out of my way!
Oh, that's moved on. Okay.
The scriptural prognosis is faithful.
44%. 44%. Thanks, just because of the range. 55.
Quest to prove significant value.
Don't let your guard down.
Should heal me.
I'll see to it. Your end was inevitable.
Yep. Take any of those. Dodged again. This is really annoying. It doesn't go away.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
And you can't turn it off or anything.
As honor ordained, is a blessing.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Not much more to do. Things are just out of range. So, oh, block
Isn't
the
this
hero.
a job for the serfs?
These two can't see anybody, it's a waste of time. How about you, Pascal? Another shot all the way up here. No, not with that you can't. That's your axe. 50%. Missed. His cover. This is Camilla.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
That hasn't gone up yet, but she hasn't been buffed by much. And he wants to be dodgy dodge. You, I guess.
Was it you? Or
Can't see any of these, can you? Okay, that has moved on again. The electric bit is now over here.
Advancing. Running binary override.
Again.
My vow is to
Let's cover again.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I refuse.
He's within range, but it's behind that cover.
Death comes in silence.
She's got 2 bloody requiem, 2 death and both. And that's out of range now.
As the tenets demand.
Emperor, give me strength. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, look.
I am a navigator.
Shoot him, please,
not
Pascal.
a servitor.
the spiritual prophecy function
Thank you.
terminated.
Still can't place that one up there.
I'm not
Can I?
accustomed to being ordered
Don't
around.
know.
What is this foreboding?
Has she hit him yet? Oh, he's such a long way away. Nope. Hanging above. You. And intelligence, perception, fellowship, willpower. Might as well
But
do
of
that.
course,
Perception. Might come in useful. Can I blind this person?
no can do.
Nope.
Explorers go one route forward.
Fine then, Pascal. Third time lucky.
Running binary.
Yeah.
I won't go down easy.
Everybody off to the side, please.
I feel cold.
Now, anybody who's not
I know how to take
me
risks.
needs healing.
Stop squirming.
I owe you one.
I need your full cooperation.
Thank you.
Hold still.
House Orcelio thanks you.
Stop squirming.
I can see bright colors again.
Hold still.
I needed that.
Okay, that's fine. Don't think anybody's got injuries for me is fine. She's still got an injury. 2, I've just got rid of them. No, they haven't. Okay, well, let's get about doing it then.
I am your shadow. I will mend the thread between body and soul.
I owe you one.
Your time has not yet come.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just as he ordained.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Gimler's got better athletics than Heinrich.
Operation successful.
A multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator. You realize they are foundational tenets of the Electro-Priest religion. Standing out among them is the triumph of reason above all over all other facets of human nature.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
have those, don't we?
I always keep my options open.
As it should be.
These dead heretics are suspiciously different from the others. The symbols on their clothes are drawn wrongly. Standard issue military uniforms show through the blasphemous tatters.
The machine god grants me insight.
Okay, I better restock these. You can't use them still, can you?
If only that were possible.
I won't do that.
Well, don't do anything then, do you?
Cogitation failed.
Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by the arc of the motive force.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
A crowd of cultists are surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally, forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling, in the clenched claws of stagnation and the shackles of iteration zero. Under the iron ring, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his rocks. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Amanat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he is Amanat? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued, is the blessed Amanat's motto. Look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere. Many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they're all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priests and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Messiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality. But where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will persevere, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amanat a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. The sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will, or through sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colours are stained with grime, they are diluted, painted over with rot, yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. We must save this esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The mechadendrites point to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemous clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charged the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from the empty eye sockets whose contents have evaporated. The clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy that exude a repulsive air of soul decay. The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn, All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws the corrupting attention to you. With the look of revulsion, Capella picks up one of the rags with the tip of a blade. Nothing but your word, Dom and Jellybobs, can make me don this filth. Once we are done, I will scrape my skin clean with a metal brush and bathe it in caustic lye. Okay. Cassie stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human caches. Do not make me. It's only because it's not this year's fashion. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Lumeno Deacon's command thread will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. The safety system protecting the hall is controlled on the machine outer, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the Messiah's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. You do realise this plan sounds like suicide. It sounds similar to a laugh escapes Pascal's vox. This statement is true. Then what do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ this behavioural strategy in the past. It's brought my soul no relief. I'm actually curious to know what it's like to walk in a heretic's shoes. I pray the Omnissiah give the blessed Armagnac enough fortitude. Pascal grimaces as a new wail of pain rends the air. 5 minutes passed. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech, tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though the tatters have imbibed the vile contents of the former's wearer's soul.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Okay. Order the distribution service to raise. Order the litany up from the command throne. So it's there, and then up there. Destroy the safety system of the control altar. A heavy crown of golden neural augmetics rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from the ruthless gunboat blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. Identify this acolyte as a distribution servitor and registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Try to conduct a restart ceremony. The glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep. Let it may awaken and serve again. Turn it off and on again then. Pascal gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Another touch and several lights of the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Pascal switches to binaric speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe of the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling vox. Suddenly, every light in the servitor's crown comes alive. A shower of sparks burst from the augmetics on the servitor's brow, and several black, ice-tinted tears run from his empty eye sockets, ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to the maximum. It will be done. I've got a long way to go, don't I?
The whispers told me a secret.
About what? Oh, up here. Loots. Gunner. Oh, that one there. The grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. And he studies your disguise with suspicion. You note his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Who are you? Why haven't I met you before? All the same, I guess. Throw up your hands sheepishly. I knew I was sent here to slaughter unbelievers. I've only just finished. The cultist smiles bloodthirstily. Ah, you're new. That's right. Every newcomer must slit a false believer's throat to prove their loyalty to the edge of daybreak. Did you enjoy it all? You don't have to answer. I can see that you did. Go ahead, brother. They're laying into it. Command zone is not yet ready for the power unit. Okay. I'm just going to slowly walk over here. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electos are fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with this operation. Identify this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed. May its spirit forgive us. Forgive us, honoured machine spirit, we're obliged to interrupt your work. A mournful Bonaric requiem pours forth from Pascal's vox. Cause the altar to overload. Pascal offers a short binaric prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of Tech Priest's tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly and snare from possible commands. Heat up the altar's circuit boards and perish forever in the shower of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I'm registering a general shutdown of the security system.
I always have a backup plan.
Tech Priest's corpse, his throat slit, sits upon a splendid command throne, faced with finely wrought motive force paths. Trying to get that into view. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumano Deacon's command throne. This is where the power, unit, actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumano Deacon himself has the honour of closing the circuit the motive force flows through. Oh, a 75% chance. I've got injuries, haven't I? We all have that. Right, Pascal, sit down. Recite the litany. Pascal freezes. A quiet whisper comes from his vox. Request denied. I'm not authorised to sit upon the Lumano Deacon's command throne. Such an act would be considered as sacrilege. I can try it, but it might kill me. Sit down on the throne and recite the litany of actuation. I'm about to be greatly honoured, or I was thoroughly charred. Maybe both. I succeeded. Lovely. I rolled a 7. As soon as you lay your hands on the command throne's panels, a painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim. Pain is visible in the Tech Priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah. For such a gross violation of the right of operation, repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. Pascal's box starts reciting the sacred words gloomily and hoarsely. He took 3 damage. Clinging on to the blazing shreds of your fading consciousness, you repeat the words of the litany after Pascal, touching the command runes as the unabated lightning rips through your muscles and makes your bones crackle. I'm recording a successful activation of the power units. I wonder if that was about the same as killing them all individually. It's like 400 odd. Yeah. I'm gonna loot them all now. And there's stuff up here. The guy that's hanging on the crucifix, he can just stay there. Nothing good. That's boring. That's where I came in.
Is there money to be made?
Wow, that's a lot. I'm guessing there would have been like 30 of them or something. Maybe more. Stop this force field as well. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Oh, nothing. Must have looted him from over there. Oh no, it's there. I'll just scroll down with my mouse. I'll get up there.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
That's behind those things where Heinrix got knocked out. Okay, tortured tech priest. Ooh, what's that noise? In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses, plaintive creaks of binaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Aminat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmetics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Who are you, servant of the Messiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanneman. The tech priest looks over at Pascal for a brief moment. His speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honourable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a path written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in the great pattern of revelations and uniform progression toward it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I've not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Amanat. You came here because of him after all. No. The tech priest Rick's voice grows stronger. You came because of himself. Myself. To redeem myself. To correct a mistake. Possibly. But how do you? Again. A bit of foreshadowing that Idira has already hinted at twice. There was a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange, given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself, did not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating cough and fit cuts him off, and you hear the clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition breaks the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening, brother. I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what has come, brother. We are already here. Do you know him? The subject has not been identified. There's no record in my catalogue. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on a machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest battered flesh, it shifts his gaze to you and says, with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers, find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed by another code, repulsively jarring on the ears pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the Electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of an containment area. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. The tech brother has been tainted by corruption. It's in the grip of a schismatical, an unholy imitation of machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texacism protocol. I love this, Texacism, schismatical. Corella gives Pascal a long look with her eyebrow raised in a silent question. Pascal responds with equally long silence then creaks. Thank you for your cooperation. Request denied. The Catechism demands that this act be performed by an authorized unit. What is this schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the arch enemy's influence, degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the omniscient's wisdom. I'm going to save him. I will help save him. The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the binaric obscenities over and out of his vox, what seemed to be his schismatical's tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses, his joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augments emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh, as though an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priests were trying to cast off their meat cocoon it no longer needed. That's quite visceral. Pascal's mechadendrite extends a thin drilling needle. Sacred unguent glistens on it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neuroligamentic, forming an electric circuit. With it, extreme strain is visible in his face. Furious litanies pour out of his vox. Result failure. Requesting assistance. Send a purifying charge of the motive force into the possessed man's body. Might kill him. May the machine god heal you. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it into the tech priest's body. A shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth. His voice hisses deafeningly, as the flow of the motive force burns the corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural automatic, resets his code, and erases the schematical from existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up. He loses consciousness, crushed yet still alive, no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes his body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His sterling litanies of gratitude to the Messiah echo through the hall. Rest, Tech Brother. Where was he? Can't see him. Is that in there? I guess so. We will come back for you when you've done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Messiah commands a pious mind to strive towards uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engineer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. There we go. Mabel, despite all suffering he has endured, the tech priest is still alive, though unconscious.
I always keep my options open.
And a little bit of iconoclast. What's that? Strength and toughness and action points. Oof, that's bad. Nothing. Bloody navigators. Broken ribs. Crippled leg. Oh, it's fucked. Crippled arm. Not brilliant. Crippled arm. Not brilliant. We're all hurting a bit.
Glory be to the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our Lucerian Koronus. May its vitality nourish our movements. May its purity wash over our imperatives and engrams.
Thinking, should I go back to the ship and heal up? If I can. And there's a fight.
Keep your wits about you.
The circular cogitator. The electro priest's hiding place must be nearby. It's just here. Let's see if I can leave and heal up.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Straight back down again. No more injuries. I don't know why they have that gameplay mechanic in here.
Is there money to be
Maybe
made?
just because in the grim 41st millennium, people are cut up and stitched back together again all the time, so these injuries are meaningless. Machine Auto accepts the contact circuit restoration him with a deferential whir. Dark Impulse 6. That's who Abel came to see. A shortest muscular man wearing the scarlet colours of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to a propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger. But right now, they show no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electus, show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. The man's eye sockets are dark and empty, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force assist in their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila that protects. The man responds curtly, as if given a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, and all. The hallowed Electro-Dynamic Cenobium receives you, Pilgrim. I'm Dark Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery. Pascal bows and gets one back. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his vox, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honour." The praetor electroid looks at Cabela and gives a dignified nod. "You have brought an assassin. Good. You'll find much work here. Are you ready for new toils, blessed slayer?" "Always. Can it be any other way?" Dark Impulse 6. It was you, was it not, that Lodges Abel came to seek an interpretation of his data trance? Yes. Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in magnetic meditation that would help him clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the Heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Lodges volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward. Tell me more about Lodges Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that are nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. I have rescued him from the insurgents. I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he has tapped into. I have a few questions about this place and the people in it. Truth is light, and blocking its path is criminal. The praetor electroid nods majestically. For you. The hard-working servants and dwellers of this cenobium, electro-priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Corpus Cari did us great honour by entrusting into our care the sacred relic around which the hallowed Electro-Dynamic Cenobium was built. What precisely do you believe in? We have devoted ourselves to the worship of that aspect of the machine god, which is known as the motive force. It is the blessed divine spark that creates impetus in the universe. The Omnissiah, in his mercy, gave the world the gift of the motive force. We follow his impulses in order to increase it, bring it to lay people, protect it from unholy hands. The relic that this monastery protects provides the entire planet of Vicat Manoris with the blessed motive force. We, unworthy though we are glad to serve the ancient machine that dwells in this place. Tell me more about your relic. It would be pointless to describe the miraculous fusion reactor. Only through beholding its ferocious power can one comprehend its blessed essence and fear the might of the Omnissiah. Its core was found 4,000 years ago, delivered to Norris by the holy warrior of faith, Lock Impulse. Lock Impulse 1, that was I, during one of his campaigns. Its sacred spark has not gone out for an instant, and the walls and power units of this Cenobium have been erected around the relic in order to protect it from ignorant lay people, as well as protect them from its formidable might. Pascal keeps his solemn silence, but the quick clicking of his mechadendrite's claw betrays his excitement to be so close to the sacred archaeotech. You're not like other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I've met. Our faith imposes a duty of obedience upon us. Every electro-priest is given numerous electudes that combine in a blessed Voltergeist circuit, like a zeitgeist, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. That is why our skin glows with its light, and our eyes boil and melt when we are ordained. The Omniscience tears is what we call this phenomenon, this dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies. That's not too dissimilar to the final dawn burning people's eyes out. I'm pleased to be the conductor of truth. Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross the monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of electro-priests, but your intentions are good. If you're not seeking the Omniscience wisdom, then it's the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon this Cenobium, we gave battle. But the unholy foes burned the Omniscience warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead of us. I must commend the skill for which your secret chambers are concealed. Hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrix's word, as if he is upset about failing to discover the electro-priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the ark wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She was trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Norris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison. So distributed the denial of service and DDoS attack, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. The Praetor Electroid nods towards his entranced comrades. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear it. In the monastery, I was attacked by people that looked like electro-priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and we were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren. You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. You all envied our brethren had fallen before that sacrilege began. I wish to get to the holy reactor. The Ark is hidden from Pilgrim's eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, grant you that right. The hall that leads to the high reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. I must press on. May the charge of the Messiah's great grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Okay.
I always have a backup plan.
I was thinking of ending here, but no, I think I'll go a bit further. Got some clubs here. Yeah, nothing good. We have another battle. I've been going for a long time, haven't I? Yeah, hour and a quarter. This might be like 2 hours then, this episode.
I always keep my options open.
Take heed, rogue trader.
What's my... I wasn't looking for this, I was looking for my profit factor. Oh, it's messed these up again. Ugh. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Ugh, well. Deal with a war. Ooh. Glowing sparkly bits. Shrink of radiation. The face of a woman stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber face of the Void Wolf, a border of ships. How predictable your path is, how static. All the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask to Pascal and glows. You arrive just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal's box rasps musingly, a cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechadendrite whirs viciously as he readies it to strike. A sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust I rebuild order. What a talented enemy. Can you do the governor's voice? I cannot. Slaves such as you and he have no voice. You are mute. The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre. The martyr's voice, young, fervent and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse. I will take some time to wrest from you the details of your future that the cult prophecies. Hopefully when you're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. As your squint looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues. wild colours that scorch the eyes. But where the motley masks end, nothing but colourless void remains. Who are you? My name is known to you. I'm Aurora, servant of Overland the Cruel, a spark of the final dawn that's destined to set white-clad minorities ablaze. A great path for one who was born into the Imperium's bondage but shunned for her predestination, in favour of the changes promised by the edge of daybreak. Whose servant are you? Is your alone a demon or just not a heretic? Resounding laughter comes from behind the mask. Your flippancy is so amusing. Why? You have no inkling of the chasm that separates us. He is a prophet who foresaw our impending doom, and graciously bestowed upon us the right to choose a different path. It's a shard of ancient wisdom from a time before we were slaves to our bitter predestination. There's your daybreak. Is that your unholy patron? Our teacher, our saviour, our merciful God born in the Imperium out of the woes of those labouring into the legacy of ignorance and servitude. Okay, I would guess... What's it? You cannot see the woman's face behind her mask, but her voice is trembling with what could be anger or fear. And he spread word about you, Jelly Bob's from Bladedancer, the interloper who got in Brother Twilight's way. I will avenge him. So what is this final dawn? It's all your followers ever talk about. Salvation from a death whose name is yet unknown, but whose approach is sensed by many. Soon it will claim every inhabitant of the Koronus Expanse. Do you think anyone will come to our aid when cataclysms shake our homes and planet-wide genocides are unleashed? Will the Emperor help? Or the Idol of Iron they call the Messiah? No. He will die alone and abandoned. Only one deity is promising salvation, the edge of daybreak. Mercy and salvation will come to all who believe in him, and purify their souls in the light of the final dawn. What servitude are you talking about? What predestination? Everyone born in the Imperium has a predestination. The soldier, the commoner, the ministratum official, the technomat, the void rat, all are consigned to serve at the golden throne, and then die in a grim death for its glory. The Imperium never thinks twice about treating people as exploitable and expendable. After all, they're the most easily replenished of all resources. Even your path is predestined, Rogue Trader. You will inevitably perish on your quest to expand humanity's domain, and your end will be particularly grim and ghastly. Fruits of your efforts will be enjoyed by others, the eternal aristocrats who dwell on Mars, Terra, and other safe worlds. They insist there's a natural order of things, but that is a lie. It's an order that benefits them. Why are you blinding people? Do you think they are blind? They see far more than you do. Through reflections and mirrors blessed by the energies of the material, the edge of daybreak reveals them visions of true existence, gives them glimpses of what is to come. The eyes lie. Our erstwhile masters have taught them to see only what is consistent with the lies they tell. The gift we give is that of true sight. The woman takes a glass prism out of the folds of her clothes and looks at you through it with a mocking chuckle. The prism's bluish-pink sheen imprints itself in your retinas, as though it can burn into them. Guess what I see when I look at you? Cabela. Your own death. You just haven't recognized it yet. Cabela leans forward and whispers with a smile. Remember his face. Dearer. In that case, you should consider losing your eyes too, sister, because your visions are all wrong. My whispers are telling me something completely different about who dies here and how. I won't spoil your surprise, so let's just say it will come as quite a shock to you. Yadira grins maliciously. I think that's enough heretical talk. Conversations about truth always frighten ignorant minds. The people wanted my head, why? Well, the Twilight, known to you as Kunrad, marked you as a target. Your falling of his plans, so was your death warrant. It's now a predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect. trying to blow up the reactor. I am lighting the spark of the final door. Sometimes the future revealed in the Edge of Daybreak's visions is fragmented between the facets of possibility and the view is unclear. I have glimpsed the importance of this place, for what is to come. I have solved the puzzle. A flash of purity will transform this world and bring it closer to the immaterial, in which it will be reborn. False believers will perish in the fire, whilst the faithful will find their salvation and the new form in it. Isn't that the bullshit line of almost every single major religion ever? You'll never tame the spirit of this ancient noble machine, ignorant layperson. It does have a vile temper, but I have assistants who can help tame it. She nods casually towards the maimed electro priest whose hands are affixed to the control panels with steel stakes. One of the servants of Domicile casts a tortured glance at you, his voice trembling with terror. That's him then. Blasphemous spirits have crawled under our skin and into our sacred iron. Take the motive force of our bodies, I implore you. We do not wish to offend the Messiah with the sacrileges our hands are committing. They resisted for a long time, but now their bodies and souls belong to the schismaticals. Line after line, the scrap code they produce will awaken the reactor's unyielding spirit as well. And it too will yearn for change and freedom. Take a good look at me, Aurora. Predestination has changed. Now I'm your master's favourite. Would you dare to go against his will? Heinrix eyes you icily. Interesting choice of words, plus 3 heresy. Probably more than that, I'm saying that. She hesitates. The madwoman's hoarse laughter comes from behind the mask. You are no successor to Brother Twilight. Oh no. You are a mere imposter believing yourself to be beside your face. I deny you. I deny you. Her entire body flinches as if she'd been struck. A cough sends scarlet spatter through the grill of a mask. What is this? Punishment? But for what? I've not renounced the edge, are you? It's gonna be. Execute them at once. Aurora attempts to recite an unholy litany broken in Gothic, but her own voice fails, like mine is, as she is shaken by a violent coughing fit until she can barely breathe. The electro priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierce them. As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with emotive force radiance, all the enforcers can do is scream in horror and plead for swift death.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Imperium, Heinrix, me, Cassio, that's good. She's got a shield that I can't highlight it. Like this. I guess. See what goes out. I'll say I should dodge up how that. Oh, nice shot.
Failed me.
Close enough still.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Still can get through to her.
As honor ordains.
So we got the one.
The shadows will see it done.
do a favour, Blaze. Anything coming from that direction?
I feel nothing.
6 damage to a deer. Right, deer needs to
On it.
dodge. Who's next? Fighter there. Not blinding. Now.
Anything else?
Okay. Poof. Knee.
Will do.
Not the range, do I? Good move though.
I know what is to come.
Okay. Get those two.
But of course.
I serve the ruinous powers! Ah! Chaos guides me! Out of my way!
Who shot him? I don't know what happened there. Kind of shot himself. Okay. Right, he's got 26. Okay, let's go to there.
On it. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
He's got 27. I can't one-shot him. I get to
He's
there.
as good as done.
He powered anyway. But that's just rude.
On
you.
it.
Jump in.
I'll make it happen.
Then do
Who
that.
if not me?
And then maybe if the
Let's make
burn
some
kills you, I might get
opportunities.
healed and get an extra stack.
I am your doom.
But of course, Lord Captain. I'm done with this one. Everyone, step aside.
Brilliant pistol. Actually, there's one here as well. Not good enough. though.
Naturally.
But it's getting a jaw up. She's still got bubble. Okay, so
I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may,
it's gonna almost kill me, isn't it? It's me there. Okay, I hit 3 of them.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain, as duty demands.
Didn't heal because I didn't kill him. Never mind. Debuff. Good. Pascal.
Request approved.
Such is the will of chaos. Chaos guides me.
Damage to bulk.
Death to non-believers. Death to the weak.
Oh, they're killing their own people first. Which I'm not really bothered about. Who do we have? Electro Priest there.
I am your blade and shield.
For those are new.
As honor ordained.
For those are new. Lost pain in blood. For those are new.
Trust me.
Where's the others? Okay.
Come, the other side awaits. I will leave footprints of scarlet. I shall not fail.
Yeah, do that.
As the tenants demand. Death comes in silence. Death is a blessing.
Is this side almost cleared? She has 2. Should get to there. Yeah, she can get to this one.
The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. There is only death, yours or mine. A dance of blades and shadows.
She's out of movement. Okay.
Throne take you.
Deliver us!
High momentum.
There is movement in the Imperium. Anything be gone.
I'll kill that one there. We have this gunner here.
I'll make it happen. It's as good as your end was inevitable. I'll see to it personally.
reach. Nope, missed. Thought it might be able to reach, but no.
A mere pain won't stop me.
It is way out of... You can't. Cabella's way up here. Is it quick to run around up that way? Probably come over here.
Get me a target. Let's see to it.
Strength and toughness, yeah.
I won't object to it.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Do not dare ask.
Buff Pascal then. Probably out is in range.
That is foolishness.
No, who can Pascal see? Wow, all the way over here. 62% ain't bad. Or this one, 38%. Let's go for 62. Oh, shot. Nice one, Pascal.
My vow is to serve.
I feel nothing, fear nothing. I am your blade and shield. I will not die in dishonor. Killing brings me no pleasure. I feel nothing, fear nothing. Come, the other side awaits. I will leave footprints.
Probably do that to get
scarred.
extra stacks of death knock off. Is it going to be enough to get over here?
Trust me. I shall not fail.
Oh, that is, yeah.
The shadows will see it done. Aim for the heart next time.
How many stacks of this does she have? Bloody Requiem. Extra Resolve. The Resolve is 11, okay. Two injuries, 2 death and gloves. Bloodless 1. Okay. I can't get to that one as well.
As the tenants demand. As honor ordained.
Oh, rounds until reactor exposed.
Death is a blessing.
5. If I killed, it's only that one there.
Death comes in silence. I shall not fail. There is only death, yours or mine. Come, the other side
53,
awaits.
lovely. Where did that come from? What was it crit? That's why. Oops, gives it +7. Bless is +6. No movement. How many stacks? Oh. Just one. I'll leave it. Next round. There's only one left. Well, has done all of the prop himself.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. I'll make it on it. Another enemy down.
No, an aged rattling voice speaks to you from beyond the bloodstained mask. You're powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final door, and that means existence has made its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hands. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny masks. Its metal heats up, smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, the cultist collapses. The light is gone. Was that it? The final door? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Well, it's religion, isn't it? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary, middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. The woman's body goes limp, collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt and concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. Heinrix grimaces in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. The motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a greyish-green thread, the noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I have seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself. Dearer. I said it was coming to a shock to her, didn't I? Her eyes literally sparkled with astonishment. Adira's smug grin gives way to an expression of concern. That said, my friends from behind the door won't calm down. They keep sneering and guffawing as if the joke's on us, not her. That seemed juddery, but my frame rate never went below 100. Heinrix approaches Aurora's body and leans over. A minute, please. I need no more than a minute. Spent the control panel, damaged by Aurora. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the second machine towards the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling an eye, covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Kunrad's weapon during the mutiny on your voidship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraithbone, material favoured by the Eldari. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together, and individual words are distorted, as though they're mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like a burning red scratch of an unholy claw in your mind. Surreptitiously take the sword shard. Only +3. When you touch the abomination, the whispers in your ears become louder and more bloodthirsty. You pocket the trophy surreptitiously just before the interrogator appears at your shoulder. He gives you an appraising look, then shifts his gaze to the cogitator's control panel. An impressive blow. I suppose whatever she used to breach the frame was melted by the impact of the motive force. Lord Trader, on behalf of the Holy Ordos, I thank you for your cooperation. Release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I'm ready to come on board your ship and head to Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have any other business in the system, in which case I'm prepared to assist you in this prompt resolution. Remove the mask. The iron helmet is firmly attached to the Heretic's flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of the mask. After peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if, for a moment, you saw something move. It is finished cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the honor I give a motive force flow, and all obstacles in this path be eradicated. That's it. 600 left to go. Avenge Gauntlets. All attacks of opportunity do an additional agility bonus damage. And the Blasphemous Prism. A glass prism crafted by the cultists of the Final Dawn. It belonged to the leader, Aurora. If you look through it long enough, your vision begins to deceive your mind, showing what could be instead of what is. Who could do with this? That's not bad. What's that? She's got the crippled arm still. Okay. Nobody else got injured though. I don't know. That might be good for my my psychic attacks count as ranged. That's ranged area attacks. That's different. Oh, psychic stuff can't do crits, can they? Or is it Cassia can't crit? Either Psykers or Cassia can't crit. I can't remember which one it is, unless that was changed. Anyway, that's enough of that. Clear out the trash. There's a new cultist boy in town.
Let us not dawdle. Keep your wits about you.
Okay, that's a big circle done. And the Electro-Dynamic Cenobium greets its saviour. Okay. No loots.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So disappointed. Okay, I better get to here then. See what's in this chest. Next to the sparky arcing bits.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Nothing good. Well, it's being looted. It's not going to annoy me there.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I was hoping I might get to level 16. Or the end of the chapter. Looks like I might not be able to. Now, before I get back to the ship, because there might be cutscenes, I'll end this episode here. It's been long enough already. Thanks for sticking with it. It's a long one, but it's lots of talking, not much going on. And I'll see you all the next one. Maybe go back to the ship. I think I'll talk to the governor and play out towards the end of this chapter. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.